Rhodey Park is intended long-range desire to have an adaptive needs park, which will include an indoor sports facility for adaptive needs. It can probably be used for other purposes as well. So if you are interested in supporting that, we're about to kick off a fundraising effort so that we can begin doing fundraising with private entities and foundations and grants so that we can help build that park as well. Thank you.
Next question. During a workshop at the end of last year, priorities were set to guide the mission of the city. What is the status of the work to be performed downtown, and is there positive feedback to reestablish a downtown association?
That's another good question. Mayor, we went through a process of talking about downtown, and City Council provided some affirming information that we actually have a downtown master plan. Back in 2018, City Council at that time took action and said, we don't want to follow that downtown master plan. So we created a comprehensive plan that no longer included the downtown master plan. We've looked at that downtown master plan. Now, it was created years ago, but it's a good plan. So City Council provided us direction, bring that plan back, let us look at it again. Maybe we can affirm that plan because it's still a good plan. And the Economic Development Corporation recently had the Texas Downtown Association come to Copper Cove. It was over, Sean, it was over about 2 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah, over 2 days. They visited with downtown businesses. They held public meetings. Hopefully some of you attended those meetings and provided input. They provided us a pretty comprehensive report about improvements we need to do downtown. There's nothing budgeted yet to do improvements downtown, except for replacing water lines. That's probably the start of it. Those things are underground. So we don't need to improve sidewalks and roadways until we deal with stuff underground, because guess what? We'll be digging up all the stuff that we did above ground again. So that's a great step. We actually have water lines designed to be replaced. We bid that out. We bid that out in what, 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. If you didn't know, there's this thing called COVID that happened in 2020, and everything skyrocketed in price, including construction costs. And so we had to reject those bids. We had to shelve those plans until we can reallocate funding. The City Council can reallocate funding to actually replace those water lines. It's not a dead project, but you have multiple organizations trying to support downtown. The Economic Development Corporation is located in the downtown area. The Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau moved their primary offices downtown. We have numerous businesses that have developed, renovated buildings, purchased buildings, put in businesses downtown. It is becoming a very vibrant downtown. And if you've not been to any of the downtown festivals, go. It's exciting and it's fun. And there's great food and other stuff.
If you haven't been to downtown, I would really recommend you try it, because there are a couple of new restaurants there. My wife and I went last Friday and had to wait 45 minutes for our food, which tells you what? It's becoming popular. Downtown that never happened in the past. And it takes people that are willing to think outside the box a little bit, do something a little bit different, and follow through on all that. And it's not just the city that has to make this happen. It's all of you that are out there thinking outside the box. How can you leverage different aspects of what's out there and see what the future could be? It's going to be amazing. Everything about what's happening, I sound like a cheerleader, and I am, but what's happening in Cove are things that are so positive. Will there be some problems along the way? Yes. But the positives far outweigh the negatives, and we will see some great things happening here. And, you know, while I'm on my soapbox, talk about the VA clinic. Have y'all heard that we're getting VA clinic? That is by far not the only thing that's going on. There are other large projects and businesses that are looking to locate in and around Coppers Cove. So nobody's resting on any laurels. It's keep pushing forward, and the things that we're doing now might not come to fruition for 2 or 3 or 4 years, just like this project here. But you will see some really tremendous things happening in the future of Coppers Cove.
Next question. There has been a lot of talk on community forums about the cost of the new city logo. How much has the city spent so far, and how much will its total cost be?
All right, I'm taking that one. Okay, I'm going to answer a different question. I'll answer that one in a moment, but I'm going to answer just a different question first, and that is, well, why did we even change the logo? Oh yeah, I hear it out there. I hear you. Okay, so in 2020 and in 2019, 2020, City Council was talking about the future of Coppers Cove, where we're at, where we want to go, and City Council brought up the topic of, we've had our logo for a long time. Maybe we should consider looking at changing our logo.
Because lots of people were complaining about it.
Why would they complain about it?
Well, because it looked like eyebrows, it looked like this, it looked like that. It was the city of Five Hills, but you had to know that. It's anybody that didn't know that could figure out what the logo stood for. And immediately it had a lot of backlash to it. And so, and this has been going on for, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. And now, one of the things that we're looking at as far as council and everything is what we've been talking about, our vision. What's our identity? What do we want to be? What do we want to be known for? And things like, and those things, we are a lot of things to a lot of people, but we're not known for any one thing. And that's what we need to figure out what that is, and then we can marshal resources to make that happen, and then we all become successful because of that.
And so I'd like to say thank you to the community members, to our team members, to the council members, who all participated in a multi-year process of developing a new logo. This wasn't the first logo that came up. In fact, quite honestly, it was the last logo, because that's the one that was adopted by the council. And a logo is not an identity. It's not. When I came here 15 years ago, it's been a very fast 15 years. I did have to ask for an explanation of what is the city logo, because I didn't know what it was. It takes an explanation for it. Well, we're not here to explain our logo. We're here to provide service to our residents. The logo is not the service. The logo is not our identity. The logo it's just something that can be associated with who we are eventually. And that is what City Council eventually adopted. It is 2 C's that has the state of Texas in the middle, with a star that actually represents Coppers Cove. And so it is something that is more modern. It is something that is forward-looking and moving. And there is a perception out there that started as soon as the logo was considered. And one of our audience members actually took that photo and posted it, and the idea is that it was an ear. It's not. And I can understand the perception that was thought about when that image was posted. That was a really twisted image, and I understand the perception. I don't agree with it. And that's okay. We don't have to agree. That's great, because I'm not wrapped up about the logo. I'm wrapped up about providing service and looking to the future of our community. So now let's talk about cost. Who believes it costs $95,000 to get this logo? Okay, nobody in the audience believes it took $95,000. One, thank you for not believing social media. Two, it didn't take $95,000. In fact, the logo was developed with an entire all-in cost of $0, except for one polo shirt that was designed that I wore when we presented it to City Council. That's all it cost. The image designer that created it volunteered his time. All the committee members volunteered their time. There is a $95,000 number out there. And that is, if the city decided to rebrand everything all at once, and we got rid of all of the old logos, and I just want to show you, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is the old logo. I don't have to change this until it's time to change this. If I hand you my business card right now, it's the old logo. I'm not replacing my business cards until I run out of business cards. And then that's just a normal cost of doing business to replace that business card. Now, the biggest cost for a logo is adding the logo to a water tower that's on the south side of the bypass. It's a beautiful tower. Now, you may not think towers are beautiful, but I'm in the local government. You know, I think towers are beautiful. Like, oh, it's got our water in it. You would think it's beautiful if you were drinking water out of it too, because it's clean. But there is space on that tower for logos. We purposely did not put the city's logo on it when that tower was built, because the governing body was talking about replacing the logo. So why would we put the old logo up there when we're already talking about replacing the logo? So we never spent the cost to put the logo up there. We saved that cost. Eventually we're going to put the logo up there. The city council has to allocate the funding to do it. That's about $30,000, Mr. Osborne?
We're getting estimates.
We're getting estimates now. But I think it's about that cost, and I think that was for two water towers. We're only going to focus on that one water tower. So if we replaced every single logo along every vehicle that we have, every shirt that we have, everything that you see with the existing city logo, it'd be $95,000 today. We're not spending that today. We're going to spend that over the life of having to replace vehicles, having to replace uniforms, having to replace business cards. You can see we're using it. You can see it's on some of our banners. Thank you for using the new logo. But you can see other banners that are in here that still have the old logo on it. We'll replace that banner when it's time to replace the banner with the new logo. So that was an all-in cost of $95,000. That'll be part of our existing budget over the next years as we replace things that need to be replaced, and then it'll have the new logo on it. It's kind of called attrition. That's what we're doing. It's efficient. There's no need for us to replace everything right now, because it doesn't generate any income for our community. So we're just changing it as things need to be replaced. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you.
If I memory serves me correctly, the net cost of things that we would have to replace, I think the sign at City Hall and a couple things that would have to be changed, I think our net cost was $18,000, not $95,000. You're going to pay for a logo for the side of the truck. It's going to cost X, but instead of eyebrows, you're going to put the new logo on there. So the cost nets out. And that's what we were looking at whenever we did that. It's in the question of, and it was presented that way, that if all in, we just stopped and we just changed everything out, it would be $95,000. simply not the case. And I hope that you, at least if you didn't before, you now understand that and know that we're not just trying to be willy-nilly with funds. That's what do you?
Logo on the VA. Is the city's logo going to be on the VA facility?
Well, let's talk about that.
That could probably take some congressional action.
Yeah,
and we don't know how long it's going to be locked up.
Don't think that's going to happen, but it's a wishful thought.
Also, if you're really interested in the logo, go to the city's website, Facebook page, look at the 30-minute video we did discussing the logo, because it became a whole viral community discussion on it. So we did a video, we sat down and talked about it. So if you're that interested in it, go check out the video. Lots of good information in that video.
Correct information, not misinformation.
Okay, so we've reached the time allotted for questions. I do have 2 questions left. I'm going to give these to Mr. Kevin Keller, and he will reach out to the people that submitted these questions and get you the answers. That brings us to the conclusion of the 2026 State of the City Town Hall. Before you head out, we invite you to take a few minutes to visit each of the department booths around the room. This is a great opportunity to connect with city staff, ask additional questions, and learn more about the work happening across our community. We'd like to once again thank our event sponsor, Jimmy Clark Homes, and extend our deep appreciation to HEB of Coppers Cove, the Daisy, and A&L Florist for their support for tonight's event. Tonight's program was a collaborative effort between the City of Coppers Cove, the Coppers Cove Chamber and Visitors Bureau, and the Coppers Cove Economic Development Corporation. And if you'd like to watch it again or share it with someone who couldn't be here tonight, the event has been recorded, and it will be available soon on the city's YouTube channel. Thank you all again for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoy visiting with the departments, and please drive safely on your way home.
Hi. I have a question for you.
This is who I was going to.
Yeah, okay.
And then this is the director over Parks and Recreation, that you can contact him in regards to your questions. You said about the pool, about the ADA. He stated that we have brought everything up to ADA compliance, but
All
you
right.
can contact him, okay?
Gentlemen, I represent parents of high school and middle school kids. You know where the funeral home is? Up from there, the Baptist church, the crosswalk there?
The funeral home, which
You,
one?
okay, you know where the Baptist church is?
Yeah, right down the road here.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you?
We need a caution light put there for the high school kids.
I'm sorry, you need what?
We need a caution light there put for the trust for the high school kids. And let me tell you why. You have kids in special ed that are slow mobility. Last week, 2 accidents almost happened because cars will not stop for those kids. Now, I was talking to that lady, and she said perhaps the CCISD and you all could get together and maybe fund a light there for these children.
You're talking the light across Avenue B?
Yes,
Okay.
Avenue B.
Just recognize that is a TxDOT roadway. So TxDOT is going to be the final say on any signals. But we can definitely reach out. You're talking about...
I'm talking about...
At the Baptist church.
Okay, right up from the Baptist church, there's a crosswalk.
Right.
Okay, last week, 2 sped kids tried to cross that walk. The cars just kept on going.
And are you talking about the intersection at 7th or the one further down?
The one further down, by 9th.
Close to FM 116?
Yes.
Okay. Or is
No.
it closer this way?